Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. We will be working on the hamstrings and forward bend movements today. So do be careful. If you've got tight hamstrings, you can always work with a slight bend on the knees. Let's start just connecting with the breath. So start by taking a deep breath in and opening the arms. And as you exhale, push the air away with your hands, bringing your arms down as you exhale. Inhale, nice wide open chest. And exhale, push the arms away. One more, breathing in, arms up. And exhale fully. And then this time when you take your arms up, interlace the fingers, turn the palms towards the ceiling and stretch the sides of the body. So from your waist to your armpit stretch, and from your armpit to your wrists, taking the arms back, drawing the shoulders down, navel to spine. Lift the whole trunk away from your pelvis. Then bring the arms down in front of you. Change the interlace the hands, take the hands out in front of you again, and then breathing in as you take the arms up, shoulders down, lift the trunk again. Arms back, arms straight. Try and bring your arms closer to your ears. And then release the arms out to the side. So let's come into Adho Mukha Virasana, child's pose, and then into dog head down. So you know you can use a block between your heels and your hips if you need to, but sit back on your heels if you're able to do that. Take the thumbs to the top of the thighs and lead with your chest as you come forward. Take your hands into the cupped position and look towards the front end of your mat. So now move your upper back in, flatten the hands and then let the head come down to the floor. Take a breath here. And then come up onto your hands and knees. Check out your hands, make sure the middle fingers are pointing forward, the weight is rolling towards the thumb side of the hands. And then turn the toes under and lift the hips up. Just stay with a bend on the knees for now. So you can work your spine, move your chest closer to your thighs. Rotate the upper arms. And then slowly start to straighten the legs. Settling the heels towards the floor. Let's just walk out the dog. Bend the right leg. Straighten the left leg. Push the left heel towards the floor. And then change sides. And then just do that a couple more times. Feeling the stretch in the backs of the legs. And then settle the heels down towards the floor. Both kneecaps lifting, thighs lifting, both heels down towards the floor. Arms rotating, tummy in, chest towards the thighs. Now from here, walk your feet forward. Stay with your feet about hip distance apart. Take your hands onto your shins. Lift the head and lift the chest for half Uttanasana. Breastbone is moving forward and up. Feel where the weight is on the feet. So you're over the centre of the feet. Try to have the ankle, the knee and the hip in line. So don't sway the legs back or take the legs forward. Nice straight legs, kneecaps lifting, thighs lifting. Now lengthen the spine. Make sure you're not scrunching up in your neck. Shoulders away from the ears. And then from there, go all the way down and hold your elbows. Try and bring the elbows towards the back of the head. The armpits are nice and open. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, draw the elbows down towards the floor. Inhale. And as you exhale, lengthen the sides of the body. One more. Deep breath in. Crown of the head towards the floor. Then release your arms, take your hands onto your shins, lift your head and lift your chest again. concave the upper back, lengthen from your waist to your armpit. Hands on your hips and drawing your lower abdominal muscles in, come up with a flat back, if that's okay for you. If you need to bend your knees and roll up, especially if you've got any back problems, then you keep your head down and you roll up gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, head up last of all. But if you're okay, flat back is good. Now take your arms up. Try and cross your arms the other way. So if you don't remember which way, there's always a natural way that you cross your arms, and then just change it over. Now tummy in, you're lifting up and over the pelvis as you lengthen the body forward, lengthen the elbows forward, and then come down all the way again. Elbows towards the back of the head, shoulders away from the ears. Deep breath in, deep breath out as you draw the elbows further down towards the floor. Lengthen the side ribs. One more breath, inhale. Exhale as you take it a little further, kneecaps lifting, thighs lifting. And then release your hands, hands on your shins. Lift the head and lift the chest for half Uttanasana. Hands on your hips if you're coming up with a flat back. Draw the abdomen in and up you come. And then release. So this time bring your feet just a little apart. We're going to go into a forward bend again, but we're going to start with bent knees and we're going to hold the big toes. So bending your knees and first two fingers between the big toe and the second toe, and your thumb makes a loop. So with the feet a little apart, a little bit easier to ground the feet. Let your abdomen make contact with your thighs, and you're trying to keep that contact, body-thigh contact. Let your head come down. Now your body is glued to your thighs, your elbows are out to the side, and you can start to lift your hips up. You may not get to straighten your legs, that's absolutely fine, but you're feeling that stretch in the back of the legs. As you lift your hips up, some of you will be able to get the legs straight. You can lift your kneecaps, lift your thighs as well. But you can stay with bent knees if that's right for you. Now those of you who have got your legs straight, you can bend your elbows out to the side, pull your toes up towards the ceiling and push your toes into the floor. So a two-way resistance. Your hands are pulling your toes up, your big toes are pressing down. And then you can bend your elbows out to the side as you bring your body down further towards the floor, crown of the head towards the floor, body closer to your legs. If you've got bent knees, that's absolutely fine, stay with that. And then bend your knees, release your hands, take your hands onto the floor, lift the head and lift the chest. Again, if you've got bent knees, that's absolutely fine, but if you can, straighten the legs, lift the head and lift the chest. Hands on your hips, lower abdominals engaged, and lift up. Okay, so for those who are struggling with that forward bend, I want you to use two blocks. You have your two blocks like this, our feet apart. We're going to come over one small, but this time I want you to concentrate on rolling the fronts of the thighs in so that the back of the thighs spread from the inside of the back of the thigh to the outside. So with your feet apart, hands on your hips, and then inhale and take the arms up. Now lengthen the sides of the body, draw the shoulders down, breathe in, lower abdominal muscles engaged as you come forward. Lengthening, take your hands onto your blocks, lift the head and lift the chest, and then go all the way down. So of course if you don't need the blocks, take your hands to the floor, and those that can, if you're not using the blocks, then you can start to walk your hands further back by the sides of the feet, lengthening your body down, maybe flattening your hands by the sides of your feet as you bring the crown of the head closer to the floor. Roll the fronts of the thighs in and let the backs of the thighs spread, be broad. Don't let the knees roll in there. Outer knees back. One more breath. Exhale, crown of the head a little further down. Thighs lifting. And then walk your hands forward. Lift the head and lift the chest. And up you come. Okay. And then just have a little lie down on your back and hug your knees into your chest. Little roll from side to side. And then we're going to be doing Prasarita Padottanasana, wide leg forward bend. We're going to use a block. Now the idea with this one is that you are trying not to let your legs sway forward or back. So I'll show you from side on, and we're using a block to get the length in the spine. So when you take your legs nice and wide, just turn your toes in slightly, lift the arches of the feet, lift the inner ankles. So with the hands on the hips, lift your chest, pull your kneecaps up, pull your thighs up, lift the arches of the feet again, press on the outer edges of the feet, and then lengthen forward, taking your hands onto the block in front of you. Now, I want you to feel like from the waist to the armpit can lengthen. So without moving your legs, without letting them come forward or without letting them go back, keeping the ankle, knee and hip in line, lengthening the spine by walking your block forward. Stop for a moment, have a breath, feel the stretch, and then maybe go a little bit further forward. So you can feel from your waist all the way down the side body, right to your wrists, looking towards your block, moving the upper back in. And from there, keep the legs strong as you bring your hands onto the floor. Some of you will be able to take your hands all the way back in line with your heels. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, come all the way down. Crown of the head towards the floor, and some of you will be able to get the crown of the head on the floor. If you can do that, squeeze the elbows towards each other. Lengthen the spine, move the upper back in. Keep the legs strong and firm. One more breath, inhale. Exhale as you lengthen down. And then release. Walk your hands forward, lift the head and lift the chest. And to come out of this safely, heel toe your feet in first. I know some of you will be strong enough to come up with a flat back in that one with wide legs, so we'll do that next. So this time we're going to do it with the hands in reverse namaskara. If you can't do this with your hands, then you can hold your elbows. Start on with your heels on the back of the mat so that you know you're even. Nice and wide with your legs. Lift the arches of the feet, stretch your arms out. Bring the palms behind you. Turn the hands up the back. Roll your shoulders back. Now work your legs. Make your legs strong and firm. Lift the arches of the feet. Press the outer edges down. Lift the chest. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, lengthen forward and come all the way down. Crown of the head towards the floor. Or maybe on the floor. A little bit harder with your hands in this position. Move the upper back in. Keep the legs strong. And then if you can come up like that and you know that your back is fine, then abdominal muscles engaged as you come up. Otherwise, release your hands, then heel toe your feet in and come up, back up into standing. Deep breath in, deep breath out. When we've been in a forward bend for a while, sometimes you can get a little lightheaded if you come up too quickly. So just look straight ahead. Make sure that you feel that your head is back to normal. You've been upside down, the blood rushes to the head. And then come into sitting. So most people will need to sit on a block to help to lift the lower back. and grab a belt. If you haven't got a belt, a dressing gown cord or tea towel even would be helpful. And let's undo the belt. So we're going to work first of all in Janushasana, one leg bent. Now when you bend up your right leg, so just first of all take the flesh of the buttocks out to the side and make sure you are feeling that you're sitting right on the buttock bones. Now when you bend up your right leg, take your right hand on the inside of the knee, draw the leg out to the side, try not to move the buttocks out of place, and then check that the left outer ankle's in line with your outer hip. If you need support under this right knee, put a block or two under there, and then take the belt around the ball of the left foot, around the ball, not the arch of the foot. Have the arms nice and straight. Lift your chest, so you're pulling on the belt and you're pushing the ball of the foot into the belt. That left leg is straight, push the back of the knee down, press the thigh down, lift the chest. And then we're going to come forward. So walk your hands a little down the belt and then stop and lift the chest again. You should feel the muscles either side of your spine become engaged, the paraspinal muscles, if you're lifting your breastbone up. Go a little further forward, lift the chest, shoulders away from the ears. Keep the abdomen, the navel in the centre. So you need to move your navel slightly from right to left. And then if you can hold the foot, then do so. If not, carry on holding the belt. Take your hands around the outside of your foot and the inside of your foot. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, pull on the foot, pull on the belt, and let your head come all the way down. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, take the crown of the head towards the toes, so lengthen your body forward. Keep the upper back moving in there. Much better to be up here with a straight back than be down here with a rounded back. So make sure you're feeling that length in your spine. One more breath, inhaling, exhaling as you take the crown of the head closer to the toes. Keeping that left leg straight, and then inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, release your hands, take the arms up, release the arms out to the side, and straighten your right leg. Just come back to a good Dandasana, shoulders back, chest lifting, make sure the bottom bones feel grounded and even. And then bend up your left leg, using your left hand on the inside of the knee. Take that left leg out to the side. A belt, or stretch your arms forward if you know that you don't need a belt. Breathe in, lift the chest. Breathe out, reach forward. Inhale. Exhale, reach further forward, maybe reach past your foot. Inhale. Exhale, either hold your belt or hold the foot, but keep the chest lifting, lengthen the spine, lengthen the sides of the body. Keep this right leg straight, breathe in, and as you breathe out, lengthen down. Inhale. Exhale, crown of the head towards the toes, with shoulders away from the ears. Breathing in. Breathing out as you move the upper back in, press the back of the leg down. One more breath. And then lift the head, lift the chest, take the arms up and release the arms out to the side and straighten the legs. So back to your Dandasana position, just look at your toes. Your toes should be facing up to the ceiling. Your feet are flexed. Try and bring the little toe side towards you. Now think of the backs of the knees pressing down and the thighs pressing down. Imagine there's a big staple on the centre of your thighs, pushing those thighs down. As you move your lower back in, your upper back in, your shoulders away from your ears. And then we're going to do Paschimottanasana, forward bend, straight leg forward bend. So stretch the arms up, lengthen the sides of the body. Shoulders down, and then reach forward towards the wall in front of you. So don't think of coming down, just think of reaching forward, as if you're going to touch that wall in front of you. Abdomen in, breathe in. Breathe out and reach forward. Do that once more. Breathe in, breathe out and reach forward, and then either hold the sides of your feet or hold your belt. Pull on the sides of the feet or your belt as you lift your chest, shoulders down, press the backs of the knees down, press the thighs down. Breathe in and breathe out as you bring your body down to lie over your legs. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out as you crown of the head towards the toes again. Once more, deep breath in, deep breath out. And then lift the head, lift the chest. Inhale, take the arms up and release the arms out to the side. Okay, come off your blocks. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Stretch your arms up. Just going to do a little twist. Breathing in, let both knees roll over to the right side. Keep your shoulders down. Lovely stretch on the lower back and on the hip. Draw the abdomen in as you bring your knees back to the centre. Inhaling and then exhaling, knees over to the other side. Breathing in. Breathing out as you encourage that right knee to the floor. And then come back to the centre. Straighten your right leg out along the floor, left foot on top of right knee, and take that left knee over to the right side, right hand on the bent knee. Keep your head in the centre today. A deep breath in, and as you exhale, encouraging that left knee towards the floor, keeping the left shoulder down on the floor. Always a good idea to do twists after your forward bends, just to realign the spine. And then release and change sides. Right foot onto left knee, right knee over to the left side, left hand on the bent knee, and push the right shoulder to the floor. As you exhale, encourage that bent knee to the floor. And then release. Straighten out your legs, let your arms come down by the sides of your body. Take a couple of deep, relaxing breaths, letting your lower back sink down. Let go of your legs, let them feel heavy, and just rest. Thank you. Namaste.